I think we are live. Are we? Yes, we are. Good evening, everyone. Welcome to my little studio live session. I think I missed something to configure here. Let me quickly fix it. Okay. So, welcome to my little studio session, and thanks everyone who joined last week. It was pretty cool to have you there, and we created a super nice track just by using a sample of pigeons, which was super cool, I thought. And yeah, thank you for all those nice comments and everyone who joined in. So welcome to this week's edition of my studio session, and this week is about samples again. So I'm going to work with my Digitakt, and I created some samples actually. I'm working on a little collection of samples, and those samples are taken outside in my environment. So I did a lot of field recordings, and I did some cool drone sounds, and tonight I want to test out if they really work with tracks. So I will quickly go through the samples for you, that you see what you can expect or what we can choose. So I start with a brand new project. The speed is 112 BPM, and the swing is 45%. And I'm gonna browse quickly through those samples that I created. I have actually no idea if they work or not, because I just put them on my Digitakt today. Hey Ben, nice meeting you. See you, yeah. And so the concept of these samples is time stretch. I take a lot of field recordings when I'm on the road, and I take snapshots of my environment whenever I can. And I've chosen some of them, and I time stretched them and made loops out of these samples. And that sounds like this, for instance. That was an instrument. There was an accordion player. He played in the streets somewhere. I think it was before the pandemic lockdown happened. And I cut out some of the parts that I like a lot. So I have now different variations of this drone sound. Then we have a choir. They played when my father's birthday. He turned 70, I think. Yes, he turned 70 last year. And they sang, and it sounds like this. And all those samples are looped to a 2-bar loop, or they have the length of a 2-bar loop, so they are really made for my Digitakt. And so on. So I have some more variations, like a piano player. This is the one I want to work with tonight. I think it sounds pretty sweet. So yeah, these are the samples I'm going to use. Hey Mike, nice seeing you. Enjoy our little gathering tonight. You see me now a little bit more because I readjusted my OBS setting. I think that might be cool. Okay, so let's start with the track. The drone sound comes later. I know that I'm going to work with one of those piano sounds that I recorded. Oh no, this is another one, sorry. These are the piano sounds. So something with this will happen. But first I'm going to create a beat for that. And the last week's track was a little out of my comfort zone. This week I want to go back into my comfort zone by creating a classic 59 beat or something. So I made a pretty easy drum loop, a kick loop, but I added some new samples to my library a couple of hours ago. And let's see which one of these are cool. I think it was, no, it was, this one, was it? Minimal Revolution? Yeah. That is a minimal tech. I know there was a minimal techno sound pack. It was minimal techno revolution. Wow. Okay, let's see what this has. I like this one. I don't know why. Let's go for this one. That sounds pretty crisp. Yeah, I like it. But this kick is a little, it is not so powerful than the others I use normally. So I'm going to build the bass sound around this kick so that they support each other. I always try to do that, but this time it seems to me a little bit more important because the kick has a softer sound. But I also loaded some new bass sounds on my Digitakt. And those ones are from a deep dub techno pack. Hey, nice seeing your obscure sounds. I bought the music from you on Bandcamp 2 days ago. It's really cool music. Congratulations. Ah, this is deep. I don't know why I like this one. Let's go a little bit like deep housey or something. I don't like that it's so long. No, I don't like the sound. I don't know about you guys. If you try something out, how often you change sounds. It's like you have an idea, but then suddenly the idea turns out to be bad or crappy or something. So yeah, you saw that last time I changed my sound a lot. Oh, this is a nice one. Let's, no, don't untune this. But I don't like that this sound starts so soft. I want it to kick in with a bit more punch. So I'm going to shift the start position to the left and add a little attack so to avoid some click noises. But it's also too high. And there's also a click sound that I don't like. Okay, now the click sound is away. But I don't like this sound, no, I'm sorry. It has to go. I think the sound pack is not really the one for me right now. I have another one that's called Deep Tech House. Let's try this one. Yeah, kind of, I like this one. Yeah. This is cool. So I reversed the second sound. Oh, 8 people in the chat. Welcome, guys. I hope you like it. Let's try something. Okay, I'm going to, I try to, not buying. I try to get a little bass line, yeah, that rolls between the kicks. I'm pretty sure I'm going to adjust this at a later point. So my strategy is usually to do something very quickly, to make a draft, and then redefine it during the rest of the process. Because I had a lot of discussions about kicks and stuff, and obviously there are a lot of producers, they spend insane amount of time to find a right kick or to find a right sound, and I don't want that. My production process is really fast, so I want to get a fast result, and I can go back and redefine every element of this track at a later point. So this is why I'm always working like this. Okay, let's do something, go ahead, do the next element, and then we can go to the next track and we see where that leads to. So let's keep this for now, but maybe we shape the sound a little bit. This might be a little... Okay, let's keep it for now. A little bit of this filter envelope. No, I don't like it this time. Leave it at 0. Okay, for the bass I'm okay for now. Let's save it. Let's go ahead and add some percussion sounds. Let's do first the snare. I have some cool snares in a jazz. I don't know if this fits together, but I have a jazz sound pack that I bought for last week's edition. But there were some really cool snare sounds. This one in particular is cool. A shorter. This snare sound is interesting because there's like a little silence in the beginning. I'm not sure if I'm going to leave it or not, because it will shift the whole sound a little bit off the grid, which I like, but maybe this is too much for me. I also think this kick sound is not really the best choice for this track. Oh, this is stompy. Oh, this is nice. This plays pretty well with the bass sound, I think. What do you think, guys? Does it sound good? Yeah, that's a good process, no? I think that's a very good process to go ahead quickly and do stuff instead of overthinking single elements. Yeah, this is the sound I really like. It's not really the sound I'm after usually, but I like it. But the bass sound has some clicks I don't like. Okay, let's keep it for now. So we have now a lot of stuff free. So a lot of tricks are free. Hey Dieter, nice seeing you. And I have a new folder with thousands of crackle sounds. I don't know if you notice, I really love crackles and I love noises and stuff. So I have thousands of new samples which I want to use for this track. And they are, I just have to find them. I think it's click and grain, yeah. Let's keep this one. Let's pitch this one down. And add some variation. And this one a little bit off the grid. This one too. And the second snare a bit loud. Shit, my English. A little bit. Lower down the volume a little bit. Oh my god, I'm so bad. I think it's too late. I should go to bed. Okay. But we still have a lot of tricks that I want to fill with some randomness. So let's go ahead and place some more of random sounds of this folder. This is nice. And this one, this screams now for a hi-hat. I don't know if you feel that, but this track now screams for the hi-hat to kick in. But it has to wait a little bit. Because this trick, I want to have a random probability. Okay, here we have another one. We're gonna place no. Let's choose this one and make it short and quiet, just as a little supporter. No, it doesn't work. So for now, I'm fine with this. What's your process for sampling sounds? Do you have some samples ideas for you? Sample a lot of this? Yes. I sample a lot. I have a recorder for that. I will show you. I bought a field recorder for that. And that is a Tascam. I think I've wrote a blog post about this device because I think it's pretty cool. The advantage of this one is your phone is not blocked while you're recording longer sounds. You can record with your phone as well, but this quality is, sometimes it's better, sometimes it's worse, because if you have a watch like I do, and you record with this hand, the interferences from the watch are recorded as well with this model because it's cheap. What I like, because I love sounds when they are distorted or something. So I record a lot with this thing. And at a certain point, I copy everything that's on this little SD card on this. And then I go through it and throw away everything that I don't want. And at a certain point, I use it. There are phases that I don't use this stuff, and then there are phases where I love to use field recordings and stuff. So my process for sampling, this is a process. But I will write a blog post about it. I had a request today how I loop those sounds, and I'm going to do a blog post about that next week Wednesday, I think. Okay, so that sounds cool. That sounds a little crisp. So let's bring in now one of those super famous, cool, awesome loops before we go ahead with the percussion sounds and the hi-hat, of course. I named my samples Stretched Reality, and I want to work with one of those piano sounds. I don't know if they match to the pitch of the bass sound yet, so let's see. Yeah, that sounds good. Let's take this one. Oh, what is the other? But this sounds nice as well. Obviously, they all match the kick, the bass line at this point. Okay, this sample seems to be only 2 pages long. So let's add this to 32 tracks. And I don't like the low frequencies of this one, so let's filter that out a little bit. But this is something I cannot do in the live performance when I use the high pass filter. How often I start a new project? Wow, that is a cool question. How often do I start a new project? Right now I have one project per week, and that is I started really Wednesday, and tomorrow I have to go to the doctor. I took a day off, and in the afternoon I think or in the evening I will work on this track so I can post it on Sunday. But it depends. If there's a release coming up, I might create more projects at once. So usually I have one project and I only use the first 8 tracks from it. I don't know why. I also organized my hard disk like that. So each of the tracks, each of my projects contains 8 tracks only. I could use more because Digitakt offers, I don't know, I think 16 patterns per project or per bank. But I'm used to use only 8. On the Digitakt. I don't know. So right now I have on this machine 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 projects, and I started in January. So you see, I don't start so many new projects. It's most likely that a couple of tracks, they form a unit, and when I'm done with this, I do something else. It's like a release. If I work on a release with a couple of tracks, they will be one project. And then I start the next project. This is what I do. I don't know how often you start new projects, guys. Because Mike just started, maybe you can give him some of your advices while I go ahead with my nice sound here. So I'm still not sure which filter I'm going to use. So for now I will keep it like this because I want to add some movement with an LFO. Or I do the LFO later manually and I add an LFO random waveform to the bit reduction, and that plays by 32 speed. It's too fast. I have to open this a little bit. Yeah. I like it because this bit reduction adds some lo-fi flavors to the track. Gerne geschehen, Mike. That adds some lo-fi vibes to this whole thing. And what I really love to do is to add like reverb to this whole thing. Lots of reverb. I think you saw that in some of my previous videos. And have a very long decay time. And then it sounds like this. Maybe I'm going to use a different waveform. I use this scheme a lot, so maybe I'm going to try to do this with a different waveform that brings in some new movements. Yeah, that is cool. I want to hear that with the rest of the tracks I created. That is a little bit too long. That is a question now how I can fix it. And let's lower down the speed a little bit. No, higher up the speed. But now I have to choose the mode from the free mode to the trick mode, because otherwise there is like a swash going on, and I want it to play in sync to the beat. So I have to tell the LFO to restart each time the trick is going to play. Let's see if that works. And I'm not sure if I need the reverb, because it's like a pad, and pads usually they don't need so much reverb. I only added this to have this effect from the bit reduction, adding a different layer to this track, but maybe I don't need it. I like that. Okay, let's save it. I'm still not sure about the filter, because I'm using this low pass filter. It takes away a lot of the movement that I add from the bit reduction. So let's see what happens if I open up this filter. But that is a great effect. I will keep this like it is. Okay, let's go ahead with this. The sound that everyone is waiting for. And that is a hi-hat. Okay, which one is cool? No, that one not. No. Kick, percussion. No. Let's go for this folder. I like this one. Okay. Seems a little bit too lame in my opinion. Yeah, that's a nice effect. Is the model samples a good add to your setup? It's like a mini Digitakt, no? Yeah, that's a good question. Yes, I bought it actually. I get this question a lot. If that is a nice addition to the setup, and people ask me a lot why I bought it. Because it actually offers a lot of the Digitakt features for half of its price. And it's pretty cool because it has a lot of knobs and you have direct access to a lot of parameter modulation and stuff. And I bought it to be able to be more flexible because I'm working with some pedal. Sometimes I use guitar reverb pedals. And if I would add this to the Digitakt, the whole Digitakt sound, or all 8 tracks, would be routed to the effect pedal and then to the mixer. And I wanted to be able to have a part of the tracks keep it dry and use effects from the Digitakt, and a part I wanted to add those effects. And that is why I have added this model samples. I got it as a gift actually. I'm not sure if this wasn't a gift, if I would have bought it, because I don't use it as much as I planned. But sometimes it's cool to have a second drum machine in the setup actually. But I'm not happy with the head sound. Let's add a second trick. Yeah, that sounds better. And then we lower down. We lower down the second one. And what I'm going to do is I will... Oh, this is really not what I wanted to do, but it happens. I'm gonna give these 2 tricks a 1/2 conditional trick, and the second one will be filled with a longer hi-hat. Let's try it with this one, and I'm going to shift this to this position by adding some micro timing to it. Something doesn't work. This is one. This is one. Okay, I have to add 2 from 2. Yeah, it works, but it's not the sound that I wanted to have there. No retricks. That one. Make it longer. Yeah. Okay, yeah, that sounds cool. Let's save it. And I want this a little more organic. Like these tricks, they have to be a little off the grid. No, that was definitely too much. Okay, let's add some more clicks and stuff to this track with the snare. Click and grain. Yeah, that is cool. Okay, let's work a little bit on the bass sound. Okay, what I really like to do is, when I'm pretty happy with an element of the track, I really love to switch sounds, just to have some fun and just to check out if there might be a better option waiting for me. No, it's only the Digitakt, it's not processed. The Digitakt goes straight into my computer and it's not processed anywhere. So you are just hearing pure Digitakt and my voice, obviously. So let's try to change the bass sound. I like this one a lot, but it's out of pitch. Let's see how that sounds. Because the reverb sound doesn't work with this one, I think. No. But for this one, I'm going to choose a different sound because I like this reversed sound that's playing from time to time. This one has a long tail. I think it's a sound. I think that's the sound we used before. It was the wrong pitch. But it's not really the effect I want. Maybe that must be a different sound. let's try this one. It's not what I wanted, but I like it. Let's see how that sounds. Okay, let's bring in some variation. Ah, thank you. Sorry, guys. Thanks, Mike. And we just used 4 tracks right now, so there's a lot of stuff that comes later, I think. I just wanted to add a variation note to the bass sound by adding a note that is pitched down. And this note I'm going to play only each second time. Yeah. Maybe this one. Okay, let's keep it like this. That seems to work pretty good. Okay, let's go ahead with some melodic elements. Or I wanted to add a second layer because I have obviously so many tracks that are still not used. I'm teased to add a second layer of a texture. A low-pi filter for the bass. Yeah, that's nice. Let's try that out. It is already filtered a little bit. Yeah, let's keep it like this for now. And let's see, I want to use a second sample of my drones. And I think there is one that might fit. That is a lighter. Yeah, that one. Length to 32 or yeah, I think that's 32. Length 30. No, that's 64 tricks, and this is only each first time. No, I don't like it. No, this is something I don't like. Let's try this one. I think it's all too much. No, this is a little too much. I need something else. Something I do a lot when I don't find a solution for a problem, I leave it out and do something else. And this is what I'm going to do now. I'm going to add a little synth or something. So let's go ahead with one of those packs. I think they had pretty cool synth sounds. Okay, let's try something else. That's not the right chord. Okay, let's try this. Pitch down to G2 and short. Sometimes I really miss those, I don't know if you're Ableton users, sometimes I miss those curves that you cannot apply on the Digitakt, something I really would like to do. Okay, let's try this out. That sound is still playing. That is too long. Or the wrong position. No, that was the right position, but it's too long. Not each time, maybe every first time it plays. Okay, let's animate this with an LFO who modulates the filter frequency, low speed, the waveform is cool. I have the feeling there must be something happens with the kick. And I want there a second kick. But only sometimes. Maybe only each 4 or 4. So we get the feeling that the track is going to be played with a 4-page pattern, but it's still one page only. Ja, genau. Okay, guys. I think that's all for now. Thanks for joining. I think that this will be a very cool track. I'm still not so happy with some of the elements. I'm going to work on that. If you want to hear the complete track, tune in Saturday on my channel, because I'm going to publish this track on Saturday as well. And I will make a little EP of all of my jams that I will put on my website by end of the month. I think I'm going to do this each month once with all of the 4 or 5 tracks that I'm going to create. Thanks for joining. It was very cool to have you in the chat. I hope to see you soon again, guys. And I think you are a little latent. You have a little latency in the chat. But we see us soon on the social media channels and on YouTube and what else. Have a nice evening. See you soon.